Finding herself in a new city, a hot student goes head over heels with an underground fighting champion. Abby is a young student who ran away from her father in Las Vegas to study. Having met her best friend, Abby meets her boyfriend and moves into the dorm. In the evening, Abby, America, and Shepley go to an underground nightclub where they fight without rules. Abby thinks she doesn't belong here and decides to leave, but accidentally runs into handsome Travis. Feeling aroused, Abby stays and watches the muscular men fight. At some point, Travis decides to get to know her better and misses a blow to the head. Having knocked out the enemy, he excites Abby even more, but this feeling frightens the girl. Returning home, the next morning, Abby pays her school fees in cash so that no one can track where she lives. A little later, the girl meets her friend and her boyfriend. During the conversation, the friends discuss Travis, not noticing that the guy is standing behind them. The guy tries to compliment Abby and shows sympathy, but she ignores him, declaring that nothing will ever happen between them. During class, Abby looks at a photo of Travis, feeling attracted to him. A guy sits behind and sees this, making fun of Abby. The teacher notices that she is not being listened to and asks the student to answer the question. Abby easily copes with the task, since she is not only beautiful, but also a smart girl. Travis continues to be persistent and asks the girl out on a date, promising to behave himself. In the evening, he meets Abby on a motorcycle and persistently persuades her to ride with him wearing a helmet. The girl resists, but gives in to the guy's persuasion. During the meeting, she does not allow Travis to pay for her. The couple gets to know each other better and learns more about each other. Travis does not hide his sympathy, but Abby runs away in the middle of the date so as not to encourage the guy. The next morning, while jogging, Abby throws a frisbee and accidentally hits a passing student between the legs. Despite the pain, Parker is glad to meet the girl and offers to meet sometime. Upon returning to the dorm, Abby learns that the water in the shower has been turned off. Not wanting to live in such conditions, the girl moves to America and Shepley. The couple is happy to welcome her into their apartment, but informs her that Travis lives with them. Abby is shocked and doesn't want to live under the same roof with the guy for who she feels something. But this disappoints Abby even more, and she promises that she will never be in a relationship with Travis. There are no free rooms in the apartment, so Abby must sleep in the same bed with Travis. The girl is embarrassed by this option, but the guy promises not to pester her. The couple enters into an agreement, promising that their relationship will not progress beyond friendship. Abby studies her homework in the evening, but she doesn't have a pen to write down the answers. Travis offers to take the vulnerable and fragile Abby because she is not used to living in such conditions. In the evening, the girl sees Travis changing clothes after a bath and feels excited. At the same time, she is very embarrassed and closes her eyes so that the guy does not see that she is spying on him. Finding out that it's already 10 in the morning, Abby rushes to class in her pajamas and falls into the mud. Despite her unkempt appearance, the girl gets a good grade. Upon returning home, she meets Parker and agrees to go on a date with him. In the evening, Abby puts on an attractive dress and meets a guy. He promises an interesting performance, but brings him to an underground club where Travis will fight. Meanwhile, Travis can't think about the fight because Abby hasn't answered him. Having met, the couple sorts things out and notices Travis's future rival, against whom he has no chance. The couple makes a bet that if the fighter hits Travis, he will not have a fun for 3 months. And if the fighter never hits him, then Abby will stay in his bed for another month. By showing dexterity and provoking his opponent, Travis achieves an easy victory and wins the argument. Parker is disappointed that Abby will be living with another guy. She asks him to brush her lips, but Travis scares the future doctor with his persistence. Parker is afraid that the fighter might beat him up and kicks the girl out of the car, promising never to see her again. Abby stays in Travis's bed, but promises a very hard time for a month. Sharing the same place, Travis and Abby become best friends. They feel sympathy and adult desires for each other, but restrain themselves, remembering the agreement. Sometime later, Travis decides to introduce the girl to his brothers and father. That evening, the family decides to play poker, and Abby joins them. After the girl wins all the money, the family realizes that this is not a simple newcomer, but the daughter of a legendary poker player with a unique talent. The couple lives in the same place for several more weeks, continuing to become best friends. She runs to the bathroom and consults with her best friend to figure out what to do next. Meanwhile, Travis sees a letter from Mike and, assuming that it is her boyfriend, leaves the house. In the morning, a drunken Travis returns home and, as a result of a quarrel, learns that Mike is Abby's father. After another scandal, the girl goes to the library where she meets Parker. He invites her on a second date and lures her to a party organized in honor of her birthday. As it turned out, Travis organized the party and talked Parker into making peace with the girl. Noticing that the guy is afraid to approach her, Abby drinks too much and behaves more and more inappropriately. Parker realizes that Abby and Travis are made for each other and decides not to interfere with their relationship. Abby and Travis fight again, but continue to feel sympathy. At some point, the couple decides to brush, but the girl feels nauseous, and this spoils their romantic mood. Travis helps Abby come to her senses in the bathroom and confess his strong feelings, knowing that she won't remember it in the morning. In the morning, the girl asks for a massage, since this is one of the last days spent in this apartment. The next day, on the way to the university, Abby meets Vince and learns that her father may have his knees broken due to a huge gambling debt. Fearing for her father, the girl goes to Las Vegas and meets Benny. He asks the girl to pay off the debt and play poker, but she refuses. State is unacceptable for her age. Realizing that her father's life is at stake, Abby agrees to win $100,000 and goes to the nearest casino. Meanwhile, Travis is looking for the girl and, having tracked the location of her phone, goes to Las Vegas. Acting like a professional gambler and a beautiful girl, Abby plays poker at a table with men. She provokes them into conflict, distracts attention, and does everything to make the players lose all their money to her. Having won $100,000, the girl hurries to leave the casino, but meets a former classmate who works as a security guard, makes her to return the chips so as not to contact the police. Realizing that she cannot save her father, the girl calls Mick and asks him to flee. Benny suggests going to California since anybody can play poker there from the age of 18. Abby must win a large sum for him, dividing the winnings in half. The girl refuses, which irritates the bandit. At the same time, Travis appears in his office and knocks out Vince, the security guard, and Benny himself. During another quarrel, Travis confesses his feelings to Abby, and the couple off Abby's debts and goes to fight the Las Vegas champion. The girl goes to the parking lot, where she sees Jessie and her father. As it turned out, Mike didn't owe Benny anything, and everything that happened was his father's deception. He set up his daughter to win money and then robbed her, taking the money for himself. Using a stun gun, Abby punishes her father for his betrayal and abandons his only loved one. Travis enters the ring against an extremely strong fighter, but tries to be a worthy opponent. Playing against the rules, the fighter uses a chain to beat Travis and try to choke him. Shepley prevents this by defending his friend, but also gets punched in the face. Abby gets into a fight and breaks a chair on the fighter's back. It seems that all three are in trouble, but a fire starts, causing Abby, Travis, and Shepley to escape. Shepley returns home, and Abby and Travis finally confess their statement for each other. The couple finds $100,000 in the bag and realizes that it is now their money. After staying in Las Vegas for a few more days, Abby and Travis arrange a wedding.